Welcome, everybody, to an exciting night of Mouse Quiz Trivia. My name is Chad. I am your host tonight as we kick off this round of trivia dedicated to EPCOT. So I'm going to bring back into the show right now our stand-in producer, Derek, who just got a promotion from, I guess, quiz writer to stand-in producer because Gina's off to Vegas tonight. So,
and it doubled my pay.
Yes, it did. Or, you know what? I'm a nice guy. Let's just quadruple it. Okay.
Okay. There we go.
Awesome.
How was your week, Chad?
It's been one of those crazy weeks. Everything up until today was pretty nutso. And then today, everybody was like taking off early for the weekend to start their weekend. So it was pretty calming and relaxing today. But yeah. So let's bring on to the show and welcome back our quiz writer, Kaylin. So, hey, Kaylin, how you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing great. Cannot wait to come back into this. And let's add into the show Derek. Let's add into the show Jeremy as well. Got to get my configuration straight here. So,
hey, Jeremy.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Doing great. And so,
good.
Derek, can you go ahead and Corrine was asking for the web address. Can you go ahead and start to stream that along the bottom for the ticker? So,
yes.
There you go. So round one will be crowd.live/spaceship if you guys are coming back in. And if you're just now joining us, what we have people do is we have you, when you go to that website, you can go to it from a smartphone, you can go to it from another tab, but we typically try to do two screen trivia where you will watch on one screen, maybe your PC, and then play along on your smartphone. And you can answer trivia questions, your scores will be tabulated, and at halftime, we'll check in to see how everybody's doing and who's winning the overall night tonight. And then we'll also check in to see how the podcast teams are doing. So when you sign up, you'll put your name in, your email address, and really cool news. After 6 months of doing this, Derek, we finally sent out our first newsletter this week called Be Prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And it gave a little bit of hints. So if you've given us your email address before, you'll get, a weekly email from us as well. So hopefully we can drive some more traffic here. And we're a little worried about tonight because it's a holiday weekend and people could be out traveling or having fun. But, it's Friday night and we're playing trivia because that's what we do. Okay. So anyways, you'll pick a screen name. You'll add your email to the list. We will send you one email a week about Mouse Quiz and pretty much nothing else. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you'll pick a team if you're playing with a podcast team. Tonight, I am cheering for the Geeks to make a comeback because they have been not doing so great here recently. The Crushers have just been living up to their name, and the Disney Crush podcast team has just been dominating. So we're going to see if their winning streak comes back in or what's going on with that as well. And so Amy was saying the Geeks are here, and they pre-gamed with a margarita tonight. And I saw Glenn saying he was going to be doing a pregame post tonight as well. So we'll see how the Geeks are doing. Typically, they do a little better when they get the pregame going. And so Micah says, hi, everyone from YouTube, and welcome to the weekend. We're looking forward to this awesome 3-day weekend. And Tony was saying that there was a lot of trash talking going on this week. And I think we know the source of that trash talking there, Tony. So you kind of went over into the Geeks den and just kind of smacked them a little bit. Said, hey, it's no fun without you guys showing up to whoop up on. So we're welcoming back the Geeks and everybody else as well. So Holly says hi, everyone. She loves the categories tonight. We're doing all EPCOT tonight. So around on Spaceship Earth, around on Figment, around on Food and Wine. And then Derek, what's our final round?
Soarin.
Okay. Yep. Some trivia questions on Soarin, and we are looking forward to getting this going. So Samantha says hi. Travis says hi. Laura's tuning in. And so Travis says, hey, guys. And Glenn is back. And the leader of the Geeks is back here, right? He is the trivia team leader of the Geeks. We are glad to have him back. And then Dan is on as well. And he goes, we were sure to make it back from Cedar Point to get the kids to bed for trivia. awesome. And some really cool thing, if you go to mydvcpoints.com/111, episode 111, I just worked my tail off to get that published. It is Dan and Holly Austin who play trivia with us. So you guys can get a great chance to come back in and listen to and meet Dan and Holly. And fun episode. I swear to God, we died laughing throughout the whole episode. You guys will really have fun with that. And they are a hoot and a half to talk to. They're great to play trivia with as well. So, and Tony was saying here that, oh, good, the geeks are tipsy tonight. And Courtney says, ready to play. And Scott says hello from EPCOT. So he must be tuning in from EPCOT tonight. And 9 o'clock, the park should be closing. They should be shooing you out of there. And Scott saying, we had our own pregame of Bud Light seltzers. Okay. And Grant was tuning in tonight. He says, unfortunately, can't play, but have a great weekend. Well, thanks for tuning in there as well, Grant. So I think we've got Crowd.live going for Spaceship Earth. And we've got about 64 people logged in. So I think we're ready to kick this thing off. If you're just now joining us, Mouse Quiz is our response to the COVID-19 crisis, and it allows people to come in, stay home, stay safe, and play pub-style trivia and kind of get your Disney fix. If you want to go to the parks, I just came back from about a 9-day trip, and I really enjoyed it. You know, I wouldn't have gone without an annual pass because the park, the stuff's not closing early, but we're giving you an opportunity to hang out with some Disney fans and kind of get your pixie dust fix here. So that being said and done, let's go ahead and kick off this round. So, and let's see here. So Derek, you wrote the first round on Spaceship Earth. What kind of hints can you give us?
Talks about both the ride and some of the backstory as far as narrators and consultants and such, and shouldn't be that bad.
Okay, so you're going to have to know a little bit about the Imagineering aspect of it as well. And yeah, I thought they were pretty fair questions. There were some hard ones in there, but we don't really shy away from those. We try to keep a great mix going. So that being said and done, let's come back in and add this to the deal. Derek, if you could strip away the banners and we'll go ahead and get going. The other thing is if you guys want to, you can hold up your camera to the screen and join a game by using that little QR code. It's some new tech that they introduced. We found out that it works pretty well. So that's another method of doing this, but I'm going to go ahead and make this thing full screen, start the music, and we will kick this thing off. All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. Congratulations to Derek's son. He's not rocking the taco name tonight.
Not tonight.
Okay. And then congratulations to John, Tony Z, Jeremy, Scott D, DizFan07, Steve, and Geekin Glenn coming in 8th place. So I think my favorite distractor item of tonight as well was the runoff water from Spaceship Earth was definitely sold as Beverly.
Tastes about the same.
There we go. Let's walk through some of the results summary here. And so, true or false, it was definitely an opening day attraction. Spaceship Earth is the big golf ball that is the mascot or icon or the weenie of EPCOT. So it was definitely there on day one. And then just asking this question here. So it gets channeled into the Showcase Lagoon. I thought that was pretty much a gimme question, but kudos to the two people who said it was sold as Beverly. So, and then the Egyptians and the papyrus, we did really well there. And we always know to thank the Phoenicians. I think I would have wrote that question as what should we have thanked them for? I think you might have got a few more people getting that wrong there, Derek, but
got to ease them into the first round.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And we did really well on this next one where the Greeks were the first to do mathematics. And science fiction author consultant Ray Bradbury. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he actually approached the Disney people to say, "Hey, I've got an idea for a ride. What can we do with it?" And so he was a prime consultant on Spaceship Earth, the original Spaceship Earth.
Yeah, okay. And I learn something new there every day, okay? And then which of these events was not mentioned? It would have been the Kennedy assassination. We did pretty good there. And we did pretty good on that one. And I wouldn't have known the who hasn't narrated Spaceship Earth, okay? I'm just not that adept at the history there. So that was a great question. And then I would have had to flip a coin between the giant Mickey arm and wand versus the world's largest Mickey ears.
I almost clicked that.
The giant Mickey wand originally had a 2000 up above it. It was installed for the Millennium Celebration. And a couple years after that, it got replaced by EPCOT. And it was actually up there for 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
So it was, of any of the additions, I actually thought it fit better than the big Mickey had at Hollywood. But I don't know, of any of them, it was my one that said, okay, yeah, that can work.
Got it. I do vaguely remember it. And so Danielle was saying, wow, that was hard. But Kathy says, I'm so excited because she got them all correct. Okay. And then Glenn says, great questions, Derek, some toughies. And Scott said he missed one. And I realized that I did the wrong one. I hate it when that happens, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you press it, you go, dope. Little Homer Simpson moments. And Tina was saying that the runoff water probably tastes better. And then Tony Ann's calling out for, hey, have we seen Ben Chesler around? The Crushers need him as well. So if you've played with the show before, that was Glenn's alter ego. And Amy says a couple of tough ones for sure, but she loves the questions. And News Junkie 21 says, did a little homework on this today. October 1st will be my first EPCOT day, hoping for Ratatouille to open. And I can hear that one. I'd love to see that ride open as well. Just coming back in through this. Ben was saying that wand was a monstrosity. Okay. Okay, well, I think we did fairly well that round. Let's see. Who do we got on deck for this next round? And Derek, can you warp us over?
I'm trying. It's being finicky. So give me a minute.
Okay. Oh, wrong button there. So come back into this and I will see if I can try it if he's not having any luck. Game settings and base preferences. Warp experience to number 2. I'm going to try it. I don't know if you're still with us, Derek. And that set it on my end to the Soarin trivia. If I put that screen up. So it looks like I was able to warp. Were you guys able to warp as well that are playing?
Yeah, you got it.
Awesome. So, okay, then, Jeremy, what can we expect on the Soarin round here?
Yeah, so I tried to incorporate a little bit of the original version, Soaring over California, as well as the newer version, Soaring around the world. A little bit of the ride's history, the actual ride experience, the pre-show that I think we all enjoy. So it should be a pretty interesting round. None too hard, I don't think. And I think as long as you're a Soarin fan, you should do fine.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think it should be a pretty fair round. You have to love the ride. You have to know a little bit about it. Okay. But that being said and done, if you're just now joining us, you can go to crowd.live/Soarin, Soarin. You can see it right here on the screen down at the bottom, or you can pull up the camera on your smartphone and hit the QR code. We will have you put your name, your screen name in that you want to play with tonight, your email address. We will send you 1 email a week to let you know how we did this last week, and then to tell you a little bit of leaky hints as to some videos or things you could go watch to prepare for this next week's round. Then we'll have you pick free agent if you're not playing for a podcast team, or if you're playing for a podcast team, pick them. After this round, we'll do a halftime check to see who's leading as the overall individual and which podcast teams are leading. So that being said and done, let's go ahead and jump into this next round. All right. Well, welcome back, everybody, and congratulations to Grego, Holly, Chris, Tony Z, Karen, and the Evil Queen, and Scott D for being the top 7 players of this round. So I like this question here, Glenn. Glad to see that the gnomes are back. And then Samantha points out that we are obligated to throw the zebra gnomes in there at least once a night. So they will.
I think we have some in my set too.
I was going to say, I think there are more to come.
There's definitely more to come.
There's more to come. There are more to come.
And then Glenn says, I'm really hoping the final round might be worth 400 points a question because I just stunk up that round. Well, Glenn, just for you, buddy, I will go ahead and make it 400 points a question before we kick this off. Okay. I thought those questions were relatively easy. I thought some of them were a little challenging, though. Let's come back in and see on our result summary. We'll go over this, see if there's any comments or questions or see how we did. Switch the share screen here. So what Disney park did Soarin' debut? That would have been California Adventure. Was the original park that ride was designed to go into. And then we did really well on the next question. Large drops in altitude are not part of the ride. Spraying scents, fans to simulate winds, tilting are. And we did pretty well on this one when Soaring of the World was replaced, was 2016. And we did pretty well on the next one with Kronk. And then almost everybody got these little beauties for the Mickey ears.
I think that's everybody's favorite part of the pre-show.
That definitely is. I definitely dig that part of it. Okay. And then this one was a tough one. Okay. Who composed the Soaring theme? And I knew it wasn't the Sherman Brothers. Okay. And I knew X had been long gone. Okay. So it would have came down to Jerry or Hans, and I'd have probably went with Hans because I'm a little more familiar with the name. But
yeah. Another fun fact, Jerry Goldsmith actually just learned today. We watched the new live action Mulan. He actually did the music for the scene in the animated version where she cuts her hair with the sword and goes off to fight. So I thought that was kind of interesting. He did both the music for Soarin' and Mulan, the animated movie.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Awesome. And then this next question, let's see here. Danielle makes the comment that she goes, somebody made a comment before I clicked it. Had no idea Backstage Tour was free for DVC members. So yes. And if you can get it in California, it is 1,000 times better in California. You definitely want to come back in and do the Soaring tour in California. They will take you behind the ride. They will take you in the top row center. for riding the ride. It's limited to about 14 people. It sells out at like that at the 60-day mark. So you have to book it then. And then the Walt Disney World version sells out like that at the 180-day mark, although it might be down to 60 days if they're still doing it during COVID, because they use the restaurant booking calendar for that. So that's how that works. And then the Epcot one in Walt Disney World, you just go through a little bit of backstage area. It's not all that great, in my opinion. People make a big deal out of it, and it's really hard to get in, but it's not really worth it, in my opinion, in the world. The California ranks as like the number one thing I've ever done at Disney. It's that awesome. Okay. Wow. Yeah. So like beyond Club 33, beyond all that those other experiences where I've been lucky to partake in over the years, I would rank that my number one. The guy, Mark, who did that is phenomenal. I actually did a podcast episode on it as well, if you want to come back in and search that as well. So, yeah, and I guess we're educating a lot of people on that DVC tour, that a lot of comments are coming in on that as well. So, yep, you sign up for it through member services, and it is a blue card membership extra tour. So if you don't have a blue card, they will not sign you up for that tour. So it is one really cool, neat thing that they do there, and I'm a big fan of it, especially at California. So I think we all learned something on that one. So that was a great question there, Jeremy. And then let's coming back in the landmarks, the Taj Mahal, did really well on that one. And the Imagineer, okay. Had I not taken the backstage tour, I wouldn't have known it was Mark Sumner, but I think it was an Imagineering story, wasn't it?
I believe I remember seeing him.
Yeah, I know when you go to California and you take the tour, they actually have the actual erector set backstage. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, this thing needs to be in the Smithsonian or something. This is like American, like, history, okay? But they actually have the erector set backstage at Soaring, and you can come in and check it out. They'll also pass around all of the scents in the little tubes. They're actually little tiny pellet balls, okay, that they rush air through to pick up the scent. And the little pellet balls slowly evaporate, and they put in a new tube of balls into it. But that's how they get the scents out there. He'll tell you in California how all of that works, let you see it. In Orlando, you just get to ride the ride first thing in the morning, and that's it. No backstage behind Soaring. You cut through a little alley backstage, and they call it backstage. So that's some really cool stuff on that. And then what phrase is said immediately before the ride experience? Where does Wheels Up, Let's Fly come from?
I just kind of made that one up.
Okay. Got it. And so, yeah. So Amy was saying here as well, the History Channel did a story on that as well. The Modern Marvel lines was also about Soaring, and that was really good. And more comments on that Soaring tour. And then Christine says, I want to recreate the erector set the Imagineer built. So really cool stuff. And Scott was saying, I really wish the two categories where the Crushers were all in the top 7 were worth 400 points since Glenn snuck up that round. Well, you know, guys, the food category is like the geek specialty. Okay. So when we get to food and wine, we're kind of playing in their home turf. So we'll see how they do there. Okay. And let's see. Other comments here. We're caught up on the comments. So yeah, I think that was a pretty solid round, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's come back in, and I'm going to switch to this screen. And then let's come in and do a little halftime check, okay? And see who all is winning the multi-game rankings right now. And overall winner, Tony Z, Scott D, and Grego. So it's looking pretty good for the Crushers. Karen, you're hanging in there, and Kaylin, okay? Rick, Steve, and Micah. So some pretty good scores. Let's see, 1604 to 1290, 1300. So a 300-point game for the top 12 people. And then let's come back in and check in on the top podcast team at halftime here. And right now, the Disney Crushers are crushing. So, and followed by the geeks and then the monorail tales. But it might take the geeks a round or two to warm up. We'll see if they can come back with that 400-point round. But that being said and done, let me go ahead and warp us over to the next round here. Got a little bit of clicking to do. Warp to number 3. We're going over to Figments. Okay, so our screen has been warped. The player should have warped as well. If you're just now joining the show and you want to join back in, you can take your phone up and scan the little QR code that's on the screen, or you can come back in and type in to any web browser, crowd.live/Figment. And then you'll put your screen name in, your email address, you'll pick a podcast team if you're playing for one, if not, pick free agent, and you will join on in with the fun with everybody else. So, Kaylin, what can you tell us about this next round?
I think it's fairly easy, especially if you skimmed that Wikipedia page that went out.
Oh, okay. So kind of use the Wikipedia page as a base?
As a fact checker.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay. That is really good. And come back in. I'm trying to make Glenn stuff. Oh, it is. Derek, you already did it. 400 points. You demand.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, then let's come back in and look at number 3. So this one's on Figment. I'm assuming we're going multiple editions and multiple versions because he's kind of made a few adaptions over the years.
Yes, focused on the Figment ride, not necessarily other things the character has been in, but yes, throughout history.
Got it. Because Disney has leveraged that little IP, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He is one popular little dragon, we'll say that. So, okay then. So crowd.live/Figment will give everybody a chance to come back in. I see quite a few people are ready to go. So I say we go ahead and kick this round off.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck, everybody. Back we'll go. All right. Well, welcome back, everybody, and congratulations to Tony, Megan, Jeremy, Rick, Chris, Casey, Scotty, Kelsey, and Disnerd Fam. Karen D is the top 10. This one was even tighter, and looks like 10 out of 11 was the best that we did here. So those were some pretty tough questions there, Kaylin.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Not seeing any new comments here on questions from that. So let's just go through them really quick. Come back in, come over to results summary. And I would have had to guess on this first one, Kaylin.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which sensory lab can you not visit? I would have
in the ride where there's the doors to the touch and taste labs and your car turns the other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that explains that one. And then the burnt coffee thing, like what's up with that?
Yeah, apparently that's what scent they actually use to represent the skunk smell.
And if you use your imagination, enough skunk smells like zebra gnomes, right? So, well, I had in there the south side of a northbound zebra gnome. So Amy was saying, y'all, I ride Figment at least 2 times every single one of my 63 trips, and I freaking know nothing about it. Nothing. Well, at least you had fun realizing you had know nothing about it here, Amy. And Maureen says, I was just there and it didn't help. And Samantha, how can you do that? Like, it's been a decade since you've ride that.
Wow.
I think you're a DVC member as well. You always have to ride Figment, bust out the blue card, and go up top. Okay. That's kind of my strategy and plan there. So, and then what attraction was the name changed to from 1999 to 2001? I believe the fans threw a fit about that remake.
Yeah, Figment was not in it.
Yeah. It was Journey into Your Imagination. It had no Figment, and
it kind of had no theme.
Yeah. I know the fans broke out the pitchfork and stormed the place. Okay. So I'm glad they put Figment back. And I think they had to because they sold a lot of Figment merch. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, that little dragon can sell some merch. And then what's the interactive exhibit at the end of the ride called? I'd have been guessing here as well. And I wouldn't have guessed ImageWorks. I would have guessed Imagine Labs. And Glenn was saying, I rode that ride in the 80s and it was so awesome. Haven't ridden it once in the past 40 years. Yeah, it showed in my score. So, and then what comedy group was the actor who plays Dr. Nigel Channing a member of? Monty Python. I wouldn't have known that one either. Okay. I would have known from last week, we covered that sure. One Little Spark was written by the Sherman Brothers, but I knew that anyways, because that's also the Imagineering theme song. It's One Little Spark. So, and then I would have had to guess on Imagineer here. I knew it wasn't Bob Gurr. He's a ham, okay, and I've met him a few times in person. Really nice guy, very in front of people ham, loves being center stage. Tony Baxter, I just couldn't see doing that. And then Marty was head of Imagineering at the time, so I couldn't really see him do that either. Okay. So that would have brought me down to Joe Rohde as my guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Amy says she got the Monty Python question though. And Tony Ann was saying the other versions are still available on YouTube.
Yeah.
And Christine, I'm with you. It's the only ride I can usually get a fast pass for, so I ride it every trip. It's the only one that's like worth anything to get a fast pass for after you blow through your tier 1 fast pass. Okay. So that one, because Spaceship Earth is usually walk on at the end of the night, there can be a time when Figment has a 15-20 minute wait. Okay. So that's why I get the fast pass for Figment. We'll have to see if that holds up, here when things get opened again. And the Haunted Mansion was into Journey into Your Imagination. That was there for 2 years. So
yeah, there's a line where you're looking at an illusion that's like a looking glass or something, and they say, like, is it actually stretching or is it your imagination?
Oh.
You can watch the YouTube video of that. It's in there.
Okay, a little throwback there. Okay. And then upstairs, do you guys know what that space used to be upstairs that they converted to the DVC member lounge?
I don't.
Was that the rainbow tunnel?
Yeah, it was some kind of like children's play area was up there. It was just a little play area for children, and DVC converted it to a member-only lounge. And again, it's a blue card, have to buy direct from them to get up there. But you can get up there and get a free, I don't know, probably 10, 12-ounce cup of soda. Okay, they have a Coke Zero machine up there and some snacks, some charging cables. I think the coolest thing about the lounge is the call center people who answer the phone in member services rotate out, and they cover working the desk up there and all of the administrative functions up there at the member lounge. You can actually get to meet some of the people you talk to in member services because they're all rotating in there. That is my favorite part of the lounge, and I think it's the coolest thing there. And then the final question here, what original pavilion sponsors was Figment sweater designed to match? The crowd did really well there as well with Kodak. And yeah, so then Samantha says, I completely guessed Haunted Mansion on that one and was thrilled that I got it right. Okay. And so Glenn's now rallying up the geeks. We got to come in strong with this festival food round, biting fingernails. So it's mainly food. And Samantha's saying, Glenn, we got to do some studying next week to redeem the geeks, and we shall see there. Okay. But let's go ahead and come back in, and I will warp everybody over to the next round. So let me come back in and do a little bit of clicking here. Normally Gina does this for us, but I think I've got it figured out. I hope I do. It's the third time doing it tonight. And I click OK and a bunch of clicking. So yes, my projector screen warped over to Yep. So hopefully your all's phones moved as well. If not, you can scan the QR code or go to crowd.live/foodwine. And this next set of question was all inspired by the Food and Wine Festival. So they kicked it back off early this year when the parks opened back up. The bloggers went nuts. I'm the quiz writer on this one. And I can tell you, I tried most of the things that were on the questions that I wrote about. And I can also tell you that I fact checked everything as well with like Disney Food Blog and a couple of other main sources. So if you're a food and wine person and you've been following the podcasts and the blogs, you'll probably do pretty well on this round. The last few questions are about the kids' activities at Food and Wine. So coming back in and seeing if you've been paying attention to the elements in there for the kids. It is all food, no wine, no alcohol. I just kept it all food this time because I don't know. I don't know enough about the alcohol and the wine stuff to really write a good question on it. Was probably the honest truth there. So that being said and done, and yeah, Travis says that his kids are going there next week. That being said and done, let's go ahead and kick off this round. And this is a 400-point round per Glenn's request. So the point values here are quadrupled. And good luck, everybody. Speed will count because you'll get more points that way. That being said and done, let's go ahead and kick off this round. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that last question. Derek, can you go ahead and delete that one question? Awesome. So congratulations to, well, I'm going to have to do this a different way. I think it's because I ended the game. That extra question snuck in on us, and I don't know what happened there. So, okay.
Jeremy, your winners are Tony Z, Jeremy, and Beth.
Okay. Let me come back in and I'll just show it on this screen. So, player rankings here. Do it another way. Okay. So, congratulations to Tony Z, Jeremy for 11 out of 11, Beth and the Cruz family for 11 out of 11 as well. So, y'all did pretty well on that round. And the only thing I could see that people bombed was that strawberry question. Other than that, it was very well played, guys. Very, very, very well played. Let's come back in and look at some of the result summary here. So the Taste of EPCOT International Food and Wine Festival. I thought that one was a little hard, but if you've looked there, and then we did really well. We picked up the Mongolian and China queue on that bao bun. And then y'all did really well with the world famous cheddar cheese bacon soup served with the pretzel roll over at Canada. I think the pretzel roll had some of you going to Germany. And I'm with you, Linda. Those questions were definitely making me hungry. It made me hungry writing them tonight. Okay. And then which one of these is not an option for the Nitro Cake Pop? And for some odd reasons, Bart came to my mind when I was writing that question, and nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger was the only thing I could think of. But you can get it plain with Twix and M&Ms. Everybody says the Twix is the best, and that's what I tried. And everybody did really well here as well as to where you can get that at the World Showcase Pavilion. So our buddy Glenn says, I want... No, he said, "Oh my God, I want to go to the Zebra Gnome gazebo." Okay, had to work in our Zebra Gnomes into a distractor there as well. And y'all did a lot better on this one than I thought, because the hops and barley is right outside of the American Pavilion. And apparently y'all did really good at knowing that one. And so I picked all of the non-country little marketplace names. And then I saw a comment that this one was very long. And I guess I could have cut it down to the buffalo chicken mac and cheese, the plain or the Italian sausage. But the one that I added in and faked was the Kobe beef. Okay. There is no Kobe beef mac and cheese, but I can tell you the lobster and the plant-based are both phenomenal to die for. Okay. Really, really, really good. They are worth the calories. And then the duck from the France Pavilion, y'all did really well on that one, was awesome as well. And then I did get 3 people. Hopefully they chuckled when they clicked on Campbell's Soup Pavilion after about 5 beers, trying to pronounce chicken noodle. Okay. And then the question that people got wrong was the strawberry. This is Mickey Check is a meal that says Disney says this is a healthy meal for kids. And then at Food and Wine, there's a little strawberry by it, meaning that it is kid approved. And it would be things like a mac and cheese dish or something that your kids would likely enjoy if you wanted to take them on the Food and Wine round. And it looked like most of the menus had a kid-friendly option on there for them. And then question 12 was kids can earn a character mug from playing this game around World Showcase. The actual name is, I think, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Isn't that the ride?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so Remy's Ratatouille Hide and Squeak Scavenger Hunt game is the game that's designed for kids. And I think if you go along and you find Remy and you put all the stickers in the right place, you can bring it back and they will let you pick a character mug that your kid can have. And I think the game is about $8, but your annual pass discount still works on it as well. And Linda says that she clicked the first one when she saw Remy and then realized that it wasn't Hide and Squeak. Okay. And but Bill said the long mac and cheese question helped my fat fingers. Yep. And so Glenn's already saying, way to go, Tony and Crushers. The geeks gotta get up their game. And Tony was saying, hot soup in the Florida heat. Okay. I think we've another vote here for more mac and cheese. That stuff was to die for. I want all the mac and cheese as well. And so I think we're ready for the top player of the night. Who do you guys think will come in on top? I think Tony's looking pretty
Tony.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Tony tonight as well for top player. So let me come back in here and see if I can get it on that screen. Kill the banner there, Derek. Come back in and top player of the night, Tony Z, followed by Megan and Scott D. Okay, then. So that leads me to believe that the Crushers are taking another one, because I believe Scott plays for the Crushers as well, and Tony. So we shall see. But congratulations to everybody else who did this. I'm seeing if it'll scroll back around. So we went from 5,400 all the way down to Travis was, I think he said the kids were bothering him. Right. And it looks like some people just kind of dropped. Come on. 75 people playing tonight. So that was really good. 77 people. Wow. We were on fire tonight with people playing. So congratulations in the top 10 all the way down to the Evil Queen there. There's no way for me to stop that, although I can come back in and I can share this screen. Go show multi-game. And here I can just show them this way as well to start to see how we did. So it looks like 4,000 and above was the top 14. So, and Glenn, you at least made the 4,000 cut, buddy. So congratulations on that. let's come back in and just check in on the overall podcast team. Come back in and click this button and confirm. Congratulations to the Disney Crushers, who took the Geeks by 900 points. Whew. Followed by the Welcome Homies, the Monorail Trivia Team, the Free Agents, Skywalkers Using the Force, Team MyDVC Points, WDW Point of View Trivia, followed by the Imagineer Podcast Fans. So that pretty much does it for this night. And Glenn, what do we got lined up for next week, buddy?
I'm Derek, but
yeah, I'm sorry.
Glenn's my boy. Next week is September 11th, so it's going to be a tribute to all things the American. So there'll be questions on the American Pavilion. They'll be around on the 9/11 Museum. There'll be some stuff on Disney's America theme park, the park that never was, and maybe a surprise round.
So, yes. So it is 9/11. We are honoring 9/11 next week with just something on the 9/11 Museum and some basic trivia there, just to refresh everybody, and hashtag never forget is the whole reason why we're doing that round of trivia on that one. We'll try our best to make those extremely easy questions for people because we realize it's not your forte, but at the same point in time, we do want to never forget that event. And I know I was getting engaged at about that time. So that was quite a few years back. Okay, it would have been what, 19 years ago?
Yeah. I was in college.
Yeah. So, we're going to have fun with a tribute to America that night, and looking forward to that one as well. So let's come back in, and Amanda saying Crushers for life. Great job, guys. Glenn saying woohoo, small victories. And Christine says, when I do Food and Wine, no matter which direction I go, I fill up before I can get midway. And she never gets to eat in Germany or Italy. I know how that goes. Okay. And so Glenn says, oof, Tony Ann and the Daves are a force. Yes, they are. And then Amanda's talking some smack that she beat Kessler. Okay. Shaking my fist at you, Amanda. So this is the fun that we have when we play trivia together, guys, because we are a great podcast families coming together just to play trivia, and we have a lot of fun and friendship as well. So I'm with Amanda here. Good game tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Fun time. And we will see you back next Friday night. Also, be sure to go ahead and check out mydvcpoints.com/111. It is the current podcast episode up there to get your chance to meet Dan and Holly Austin, who are regular players here on the show as well. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great night. We will see you next Friday night. Good night.
Hi, guys.